Okay, so I will be the audience now. The first question is, did John Peters talk to you about this after he saw the movie?
He sent me a text and a voicemail, and he called Paul, and I think he was very happy, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That, by the way, is Cooper Hoffman, who's so wonderful in this. He is the son of Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I love Cooper so much, and he's about to go do a movie now in Atlanta, and we become great friends. And that was the first day of shooting, I think. So that was his first scene, and I remember Paul didn't want me to meet him before, which I'm not like, I don't like, I was like, okay. But it really worked, because like this guy comes out and starts talking about all this stuff, and he was so with me the whole time. I remember I said to Paul, this guy's incredible. Because we're out there without a net, and he was wonderful, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do, Cooper.
How many of you have not seen Licorice Pizza? Just raise your hand. Okay, go see it, because wait till you see what happens after that. It's pretty crazy.
That was fun. And Mark Bridges, costume designer.
I was going to ask you about that.
Who did Silver Linings. I mean, really, truthfully, I just had to put that outfit on, and the rest was just, that was it. Yeah.
I've heard that about actors before. They put the costume on, and then they suddenly get the character.
Yeah. Well, we had like a wardrobe change, but we loved that so much, we just kept him in that costume the whole movie. Yeah, for all his stuff. Yeah.
And the other guy that's just there.
Incredible choreographer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wonderful. Yeah. He
amazing.
Was yeah.
Can steal a scene with just being in the background there. It's so good. And there's a connection here between our last two clips, at least the first of our last two clips, which is Nightmare Alley, in which you're phenomenal as Stanton Carlisle in that movie, directed by the great Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Who's also, more importantly, a great guy.
A great guy.
Guillermo del Toro is one of the great humans.
Fantastic filmmaker, too. And so that got caught up in the COVID and all of that, and you had to stop shooting that, and you went off anyway because Paul Thomas Anderson called you. And you weren't going to say no matter what, COVID or not. I'm going off even though I'm doing this other movie, but we're stopped. What happened?
Yeah, in the middle of Nightmare Alley, we shot Licorice Pizza. And that was the first movie, I think that was the first studio movie after COVID, was Licorice Pizza.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were they nervous that you were?
Very nervous. Adam Sumner, the first AD, had a stick with a tennis ball pushing people to make sure they were 6 feet away from each other. Everybody was, it was crazy. Yeah, and it was the first time everybody had masks and shields, and so it was the first time we were experiencing anything like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was intense.
But you were going to do it no matter what.
Well, and luckily Guillermo, allowed it, and Fox Searchlight, but there was no version where I was going to not do it. Yeah. Luckily, I had the time to grow the beard.
Yeah.
It worked out. Yeah.
I'm curious, when you have a shutdown, how many months was it on Nightmare Alley? You shot?
Well, we stopped March 10th, and then we started back up in October.
Wow, so you have to get right back into it.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that helped you in some ways. Maybe you saw...
No question it helped us.
Really?
Especially from an editorial standpoint, because we cut all the stuff we had shot first and learned so much of what we needed to get afterwards. So it was very valuable.
Yeah. The original 1947 film with Tyrone Power, he had just come back from World War II. This was his first thing. And for him, this was a major leap because he'd been doing all this sword play stuff. And I thought he was terrific.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great film noir. But this was an amazing remake because it had so much more to say. At least that's what I read into it, about a man coming into it, has no idea of his own identity and who he is, and it's his journey in extraordinary ways as a carnival guy to the big city and society that he really doesn't fit into, and then back. And the scene we're going to show you eventually is the last scene in the movie where it is an extraordinary scene where he discovers basically who he is. I mean, what an ending. Way to end the movie.
Yeah, and it was terrifying. We knew that ending was coming, and Guillermo was so smart, he built that set, and we traveled with us so that if we did it and we didn't get it right, we would have a chance to do it again. And then, for whatever reason, this is sort of perfect, though, because I was terrified at this scene. And then there was a weather thing, so we had to shoot another scene, and I didn't even know I was going to shoot it that day. He said, actually, we're going to do it right now. And I was already in wardrobe for something else. We had to go back, change wardrobe, and we shot it. And that was the first take, and that was it. And it was like, yeah, it was really something kind of happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So you shot all the carnival stuff second, basically.
We shot the carnival stuff second. Yes,
Yeah.
we shot the carnival stuff second. That's
Which
right.
was probably not the original plan. But
That's right.
Yeah. Del Toro just can do no wrong. I can't wait for his Frankenstein movie.
I know. I know.
He is a remarkable filmmaker. Okay, so I know I promised we're going to show you that scene, and we are going to show you that scene, but it's tied to another scene. The last scene we're going to show you tonight is from Maestro, which we're here to honor him for Outstanding Performer of the Year. And to talk about Maestro, before we show these two clips, I want to introduce a surprise guest that we have here tonight. And she has been nominated for an Academy Award as Best Actress, for a BAFTA Award as Best Actress, for a SAG Award as Best Actress, and she happens to be his co-star in Maestro. Please welcome Carey Mulligan.
Hi, everyone. Hi. This is so nice. I'm just having the loveliest evening. It makes me want to watch all your films again. This is so cool. Pete, you are the best. You are just so... You've been the whole way from the beginning. It's amazing. Such a champion of work. Good work. It's really something to watch all of this. And I think because I've somewhat lived... This is so weird doing it with you there because I'm so English. I find it quite hard to be nice about you in front of you.
I can leave. Should I leave?
Dim the lights on Bradley. I know what goes into these because I've lived it a bit with him, and I've seen, the hours and the work and the commitment and the love, and that's what's so lovely about hearing Pete talk about how much he loves films, and that's how much Bradley loves films. He loves it. He loves it so much, and so on set you just get this sense of just love and joy for everything. And the sweetest thing would happen like multiple times a week. We'd be doing something and he'd just grab me and he'd be like, dude, bro, can you believe we get to do this? Dude, can you believe? And I'm like, I know, it's so cool. But it was just the best. But watching these clips, and I watched them ahead of time, but watching the clips that we're showing tonight, I think what might be too easily taken for granted is your innate gift as an actor. Because I don't think acting is I don't think acting is a 10,000 hour skill. I don't think it's something if you do it at 10,000 you can get it. I don't think you can prep or practice for that. Like that's something else. And I think what leaves such indelible marks on us as an audience. I remember, I don't know if this is the thing you're going to see, but the closing of Nightmare Alley, I was rocked by. And I think those impressions that you leave on people is just talent. That's just God-given talent, aside from anything else. And I think having an evening to honor that is incredible and so deserved. And so we've been doing, a bit of press, and they love to ask you, what you've learned from your fellow actors, and lots of times you just have to sort of bullshit a bit. But what's lovely is that with Bradley, they would say, well, what have you learned from your fellow actor? And you go, like, oh. But I've learned things, so I wrote down things that I've learned. I can say wholeheartedly that I learned not to give a flying fuck what anyone thinks of me when I'm trying to make good work. I learned that everything is about serving the story. the integrity that Bradley has as a filmmaker was incredible. I saw so much of Maestro that you didn't see, in which he, as a director and an actor and a writer, was unbelievable, and it didn't serve the film, so he cut it out. He just, completely without ego, it was just gone because it didn't serve the story of Lenny and Felicia. And I think everything is about serving the story was something that Bradley always said, and it was like a guiding force to me. I learned what a Philly cheesesteak is. Sort of. I'm not totally clear still. I don't want one. And I also learnt that I can also be an artist like you are. And I'm so grateful to you for all of the things that you taught me. And I'm so proud of you for tonight.